so much, Ate Comes. Again, maraming salamat for joining us through this journey to become a Microsoft Education Ambassador. Again, I'm John Erwin Magno. You can call me John Erwin. Just to share you, I'm married to my wonderful wife Leonie, and I become a father of a 1 year old na from last year, diba? So, ang nakakatawa dyan is, of course, my focus really is to ensure that my kid will see yung kinabukasan niya na talaga maganda, di ba? So sabi nga, all things bright and beautiful. And I hope through our educators, and I know I na-transform ako ng mga educators ko from before, and I hope I would be able to pass it on also to others. Also, not part of the slide, I'm also a Marvel Cinematic Universe, so probably you will hear some tech, mga something related about Marvel in if while I'm discussing Office 365. Now, as shared to you, no, later on you'll know in terms of the skills, in terms of the job opportunities for your students in the future. You might be asking siguro, paano ko walang access yung technology, di ba? So in the MEA program, we will help you to be equipped, to be resilient, because a lot of companies, ito yung hinahanap. Kanina sinabi ni Mistel, that they should be resilient, di ba? And ito na yung mga hinahanap na skills ng mga companies ngayon. And we want our frontliners, you as a teacher, or for those who are not teaching, you can inspire your kids, your nephews, diba? So those things kailangan natin sila matulungan to help you to start transforming, diba? We will give you an overview. Ito patikim pa lang 'tong ginagawa namin. And of course, once na nakapasok kayo do sa program, we will teach you how to use these tools. As an IT professional and a business owner, the more years as we go along, the faster the technology is. So just to share you some insights, some even farmers, yung mga in terms of agriculture, they're also using technology now in terms of creating crops, diba? So instead of ang challenge nila is merong na natutuyo yung yung lupa, diba? They can actually maximize the use of technology. So if you've heard about IoT or Internet of Things, pwedeng magamit siya in terms of that. What's really nice there is nare-lessen yung mga nasisira na mga crops, and using the technology, binibigyan sila ng insights, and in terms of decision making, that's better. So I'll give you an overview of what Office 365 is, but to start, we have here yung tinatawag na TPAC model, diba? So I know for a fact that a lot of you teachers is using this in terms of teaching with technology. So this is created by Mishra and Kohler in 2006. It is designed for the idea of what you teach, which is the content knowledge, and then the pedagogical knowledge, which is how you teach, diba? And tie it up with the technology. That's your TPAC. So your main goal as a teacher, diba, to transform is you should be at the center, diba, of this. And yun yung pinaka sweet spot natin to enhance our learning in the classroom. Now, I'll not go farther na pagdating dun sa Office. I'll start with this muna, with the basics. We know for a fact when we talk about Office, we're talking about creating documentation in terms of using Microsoft Word. We also have spreadsheets or grades or charts using Excel, and presentations using PowerPoint. But little that they know, or a lot of people, dun sa Office application suite, meron pang iba. Like, if you're looking at a digital notebook for those na nagbabinder, or yung mga physical notebook, meron din digital notebook si Microsoft Office, and that is what we call OneNote. We also have email for Outlook, diba? So para kahit offline ka, you can still read and send an email. So once you're connected, saka lang i-send yung email. And next is we have the database. So some teachers teaching entrepreneurship, basic database, ito yung ginagamit nila. So they teach Access para, diba, yung mga inventory, diba? Tapos yung mga price, diba? So nagkakaroon sila ng concept of that. And for those who are on the creative side, they can also use Publisher for desktop publishing. Now, all of these tools is housed in Office version. So currently, the Office desktop application, the latest version is Office 2019, diba? So the cool thing there is, or probably you might be asking, ano sir yung difference niya with Office 365? So in Office 365 kasi, when you talk about Office 365, this is the latest version, and the current latest version is Office 2019. So I'll discuss later more of this, but what's really nice about Office 365, it houses a lot of applications and apps na or services na pwede nyong gamitin inside Office 365. And with that, being the center of communication collaboration, especially now na kailangan natin to communicate and collaborate with the students, we have Microsoft Teams as the center. Kasi this is the central hub for all of the things that you do, whether it's communication, collaboration, coordination, Power Platform, and other tools. So these things, ito yung ginagamit natin or these are some of the tools na part ng Office 365. And don't worry, as we go along to your journey, we will discuss detail by detail kung ano yung mga pwede yung gawin with this application. Now, of course, given the fact that Microsoft always release latest version every 3 years, diba? So ayan yung malay natin on the next, diba, is it's going to be Office 2022. It's always up to date. And what's really nice there is kahit hindi mo nahintayin yung Office 2022, nare-receive mo agad yung update once na gumawa ng feature si Microsoft. And just to give you some advancement in terms of using the Office 365 application, is we have what we call presenter coach. So, diba, for students or teachers who wants to practice their piece in terms of presenting their ideas, what's really nice here is meron din siyang ginagamit na AI capability. So yung AI or artificial intelligence, while you're presenting, it gives you suggestions already. And well, let's say, di ba, mahilig tayo yung mga ums and us, di ba, yung mga basically. So sinasabi niya dito, oh, okay, you have to be careful. You're using filler words. So it might affect din yung sa presentation mo. And at the end of it, always si Microsoft always gives this dashboard in terms of how it went, diba? Whether it's pacing, if you're talking too fast, sometimes pronunciation, pwede mo i-practice dyan. And yung latest update din sa kanya is since virtual natin ginagawa ngayon yung mga trainings natin or sessions, it will give you suggestions when pag hindi ka if you're too close with the camera or you're too far in the camera or hindi ka nakatingin sa camera, it can actually tell you kung saang slides ka na ganun yung naging ganun yung presentation mo. So, para maging engaging, bibigyan ka ng mga tips, 'di ba? And what I really like about Office 365 using Microsoft Teams, so we have here what we call Reading Progress. So Reading Progress is currently on private beta. Eventually, it will go to all of the Microsoft Teams apps. Ipupush yan in terms of update. And what's really nice here is, 'di ba, may mga teachers or tayo as parents, 'di ba? We want to help our kids to improve how they read in terms of comprehension, 'di ba? Ganyan. And dito kasi pinapakita diyan yung mga mispronunciation, yung mga omission, 'di ba? So nagbibigay na using the AI, pwede niyang tulungan agad kung ano yung na-detect niya. But you as a teacher, you have the power or you have the control also to mark kung ano yung sa tingin mong hindi niya nasabi na tama, 'di ba? And it's okay, 'di ba? Dati ginagawa natin face-to-face 1:1. Pero imagine you're doing that to all of your students and hindi yung touch points natin pwede tayo mag-focus. Kunyari, for those who are connected sa internet or meron naman silang access, probably some of them ito na gamitin nila and then at least makapag-focus ka na lang on the other parts na talagang hindi connected. So for you to try Microsoft Teams, I encourage everyone to try it. Go to bit.ly/msteamsmaya and download it. Log in using your Office 365 account, whether you're a teacher or non-teaching personnel or even an office or an entrepreneur, pwede kayong subukan yung Microsoft Teams. Now, another cool thing with Office 365 is in terms of device. Kasi yung iba sasabihin na, sir, kasi meron lang kaming laptop or desktop, diba? Pero yung iba, meron po kaming tablet. Yung iba, smartphone lang. And what's really nice here in Office 365, it gives you that flexibility to install up to 15 devices. So 5 PCs or Macs as a teacher and a student na may access ka dun sa tools na kailangan mo. And with that, all of the applications din ng Office 365, majority of those can be searched in the Play Store or App Store, 'di ba? So pwedeng naka-tablet ka, 'di ba? So yun yung power ng Office 365 natin. Now, let's be on the side of the teachers, of course, in the classroom setup. Ang laging tanong diyan, sir, online po ba? Paano kung offline? So ngayon, since We don't really know kung paano yung maging next school year natin, but some of the countries are starting to do hybrid. So meaning to say, may face-to-face, and later on, our trainer, our lead trainer, si Jeremiah, will discuss more about the hybrid. Tapos yung iba, face-to-face, yung iba, on virtual, di ba? So pwedeng 2 days ganyan, mamaya i-explain mamaya ni Jeremiah yan. And we also have this concept of HyFlex. So HyFlex naman is a combination of two. So sabay nilang ginagawa habang dinideliver yung session or yung class, di ba? And yung biggest question siguro dyan is, sir, online kasi lahat yan eh, no? And siguro walang offline, di ba? So dito, majority of the apps na pinakita ko sa inyo on the left side are applicable whether you're offline. And imagine that, no, even your communication and collaboration tools such as Microsoft Teams can be accessed also offline. So meaning to say, once na na-connect ako sa internet, makikita ko pa rin yung chat. Let's say nag-chat si teacher. Okay, ito yung once na nag-connect ako sa internet, nakita ko yung chat niya nung bago ako ma-disconnect, 'di ba? So continuous pa rin 'yan. And what's really nice there is, ayan yung may flexibility to go offline, di ba? And majority of the applications, which will be discussed later, that majority of the applications ni Microsoft are inclusive. Whether you talk about reading or writing, or you talk about in terms of math or communication, those are the things na ni-ensure ni Microsoft na makover, especially on the education side. So imagine, again, those apps, put that in the concept of a classroom, and you're a teacher and you're trying to figure out ano ba yung gagamitin ko in terms of using the Office 365 application. So first, kung sanay tayo sa Blackboard and Whiteboard in the physical space, we have Microsoft Whiteboard. So you can do that. And at the same time, yung mga inventory natin, yung mga laboratories natin, yung mga checklist natin, you can do it in Microsoft List. And if ever naman may mga announcements ka or project, diba, you can use Planner, Sway, which later on UFOR will discuss, SharePoint, or even bookings, diba? We also have Microsoft Stream. So sa Microsoft Stream naman, kung kunyari nag-deliver ka ng class, diba? Tapos ni-record mo na. So pwede mo pa download yung stream sa mga students mo, and then if ever naman na kailangan niyang panoorin yan offline, pwede niya i-download. So again, those are the tools, and majority of the tools can be used by teachers. So it's a matter of paano niya gagamitin in the scenario na teacher. And don't worry, ituro namin po yan once na nakapasok na po kayo dun sa application nyo. Now, if you're a student or yung mga students nyo, ganun din yung gagamitin nila. Whatever tools that the teacher is using, those are the tools na pwede rin gamitin ng students. And whether it's a primary or secondary or yung senior high school natin, yan po yung gagamitin. And what's really nice of all of those applications, once they graduate, when you talk about the gap between the industry and the school or the education space, it actually lessens the gap. Kasi whatever tools that the teachers and students are using are also the tools that the office worker or an entrepreneur is using. So imagine that, no? So natulungan na agad natin makapag-adapt yung students in using those things. And how to get started of using those applications, let's start with installing Microsoft Office. So to do that, you just open a browser, log in, enter the username and password, and then after that, once you log in, nandito ka na, mapasok ka dito sa installation Office. So once you click on that, you need to have internet connection, no, on this para ma-install. And then after that, you just run the script and then wait for it to load. So, pwede mo pabayaan yan. We can do multitasking. Pwede ka mag-open ng, kunyari, ng browser. You check kung ano yung mga pwede mo pang gawin. And pag natapos siya, sasabihin naman na successful yung installation mo. Diba? So, that's the power of your Office 365. Now, of course, similar to a Marvel Cinematic Universe, diba? Pag natapos na yung session or natapos na yung movie, meron sinasabi sa dulo, diba? So kanina, Sir Madge mentioned to you about game-based learning. So for those DepEd teachers out there, part of it is Minecraft Education Edition. So you can actually try it now, and you can also ask your students to use it now. Kasi imagine that, no, you can teach concepts like in science, English, Filipino, or science, English muna. So currently, we're building pools of lessons na pwedeng gamitin din for Filipino teachers, ganyan. So para may localize tayo. And what's really nice there also is in Minecraft, you have, for those senior high school teacher na tuturo ng coding, kung walang pang-run, diba, ng application, so pwedeng si Minecraft using block-based, or it can even go to a text-based, 'di ba? Or yung line natin na line of codes, 'di ba? So ang sinusupport niya na language currently are JavaScript and Python, and those applications or those languages are being used in the industry. Whether you're creating an application or when you talk about data science, yun po yung ginagamit nila as a language to export yung mga ganyan mga tools, 'di ba? Or yung mga reports. And again, if you go to education.minecraft.net, there are a lot of words that you can download. Similar to that is English, and then may mga activities na for the students na pwede na lang i-download, and even yung parent guide meron din po for some words or lessons na nandoon, and even for teachers para mag-guide na rin po kayo. So technically, hindi mo kailangan gawin lahat, 'di ba? The community itself is helping you to do it. So meron mga age grade level po 'yan. And if you're excited na, 'di ba, to try it, you just go to bit.ly/mee download. Again, that's bit.ly/mee download. So pag dinownload niyo po 'yan, you just enter your DepEd email account, enter your username and password, and then makakapag-login na po kayo, and then you can play it na agad, 'di ba? So again, for those non-teaching naman, pwede nyo rin gamitin yan. And for those naman na, okay, wala kami office pero gusto ko magamit or maging aware ako in terms of using those tools, you can download it. Same lang din yung link. You can do a trial para makita nyo, okay, ito pala itsura ng Minecraft. So imagine the fun na ginagamit ng mga students, di ba, pag naglalaro sila, harness that fun and put that in the education space. Imagine what can happen, di ba? So again, that's bit.ly/mee download. So those are some of the tools na pwede nyong gamitin. As I end my slide, as for future mayas out there, your journey starts with one app and how it connects with each other. Diba? In real world, it's the same process. We as an individual, if we work together, we can make the world better. So start learning and start your journey. The first step is that the first step that you need to do is also the first step that you also do for your students, diba? So again, thank you so much. To continue our session, I call our education transformation lead to talk about hybrid learning, si Sir Jeremiah Diaz. Sir Jeremiah, good morning. Hello.
Morning po. Yan. Kita na po screen ko? Ayun na. Okay. So I'll start. I'm a licensed professional teacher and an education transformation lead at Line Learning. Okay? So, teacher rin po ako. Yan. So, start na po ako. Okay. So, in our session today, I will give you a brief discussion of what hybrid learning is. I will overview of the variety of remote and hybrid learning models. I will discuss the 5 elements of hybrid learning, and lastly, we'll explore each element, and I'll just give you a sneak peek of the best practices for each. Okay? So let's start. So remote and hybrid learning has been a part of education systems. Hindi lang po ngayon yan. Matagal na po siya, but for most institutions, this hybrid model or education model is new. Parang bagong-bago ito sa atin, sa karamihan, okay? And because of COVID-19, this is being fast-tracked, okay? And napaka-evident naman po, hindi lahat parang prepared sa ganitong pagbabago. But we cannot do something about it. We have to continue teaching our kids, di ba? And we have to slowly adapt, okay? And now, hopefully po, matatapos pandemya with the vaccine rollout, and syempre nag-e-effort din po tayo to contain this virus. We must start gradually opening our schools and conduct face-to-face classes again. So in education institutions, more likely karamihan po sa ibang bansa, nagtatry na po sila mag-set up ng kanilang parang opening ng school, and then they come up with different hybrid learning models, okay? So yung una po is yung partial opening. So in this setup, schools are allowing only specific students to return to campus. Groups of students, let's say for example, young kids, yung mga elementary, they need more guidance, students with special needs in which they need more adaptive instruction, and those students who are having difficulties in terms of connecting to online learning are our priority. We can also include here yung mga medical students who are taking medical courses. Okay? So next po is synchronous and separated. So some education institutions are conducting face-to-face and online instruction at the same time. So some students are in person, nakikinig po sa inyo, limited number, and then some are in their homes watching you. Okay? And then, ayun po, pwedeng sabay siya, live, di ba? Pinapanood ka nila ng live. Kasi may camera na nakaset up sa likod. Okay? Next is rotational. So other schools are students on and off campus all throughout the week or through the month. Let's say, for example, a specific number of students will attend your class on specific dates, and then right after po ng schedule, mag-flip naman po yung schedule. Ito po yung tinatawag natin na shifting. Diba? So that's rotational. And actually, hybrid learning is a mixture of the models that I showed you just a while ago, yung tatlo po. Pwede nating mix, match, in which it creates a more student-centered experience for our students. That is, of course, highly personalized, relevant, and engaging for them. And hybrid learning has 5 elements. Okay. First po is yung learning environment. So this will serve as the platform to discuss our content. Let's say, for example, sa atin po sa Department of Education, we have different learning modalities in which it creates different medium to provide your instruction to students. So in hybrid model, we present our content bimodally. So we adapt 2 modes or bimodal, diba? Which is number 1, physical, number 2, virtual. Physical, face-to-face, virtual, online. Okay? Actually, we do this to accommodate to our, or who can go to school na, and students who can still not attend and they can attend remotely naman. Okay? So, with physical environment, our schools are already available naman na kapag, ayun na po, kapag nag-open na kasi. But, syempre, hindi naman talaga tayo babalik agad-agad sa normal. So, we have to think of ways on how to deliver our content na inclusive sa lahat. Okay? That's why ina-adapt po natin yung 2 modes. And what if, ayun na nga, in-adapt na natin, what happens when we adapt both modes in conducting our class sa ating estudyante? So, I'll hang it right now because it's something we will talk about during the actual training of hybrid learning. Okay? Next is class community. So once you have created your virtual environment, you will need to explore how you can build a sense of community with your students who do not see each other every day. Okay? So we must also create a safe space in which nafe-feel nila na connected pa rin sila, and then they are confident sharing their thoughts and needs. And actually, according to Resilience and Transformation for Future Learning Research, students must become comfortable with online communication and collaboration to be successful. And how do we do it? Of course, we highly recommend the use of Microsoft Teams in conducting our classes. Okay? Next is design. So when adapting when we are adapting to hybrid learning environment, our lesson design or plan will also be affected. So when looking at content needs to be delivered synchronously and how it needs to be delivered, always consider the most competencies. So many education institutions already found that less is more. So for we adapted the MELCs, di ba? Yung most essential learning competencies, kung ano deliver natin. So in lesson design, when we discuss this in our actual training, may types, backward design and universal design for learning, in which both designs complement. That makes our lesson more flexible for delivery. Okay? Okay, next. Ako naman po, ito kwento lang. Teacher nga rin po ako. Before this pandemic happened, itong engagement and interactivity, something that I'm having difficulties with personally, di ba? So in a face-to-face class, we try different techniques, methods, strategies, activities, and many more. Kulang na lang tumambling tayo sa harap ng ating estudyante. Interested sila sa lesson natin, di ba? And it is similar with online and virtual classes. But this time, we use a different medium. So always remember, if we give our students more opportunities to connect with the content or with our lesson in more meaningful ways and on a more personal level, mas magiging engaged sila than just simply asking them to do this, to do that, and then nagawa nga nila, pinasa nila kunwari, kinabukasan, nakalimutan na ulit nila. Okay? So in that sense, we ask you teachers to utilize some of the available Office 365 tools and Teams applications available to assign authentic tasks, activities, practice a procedure, discuss and debate a topic, provide them or make them solve real world problems. What's important today is to speak their mind, in which it brings about change for society. And examples of technology that you can use are Minecraft Education, Microsoft Teams Insight, Flipgrid, and many more that we can explore during our actual training. Okay? So in that sense, in connection to the previous slide, student growth is still the main focus of education. And to be able to know if learning has been attained is through assessment and feedback. So evaluating student is conducted in two ways. Alam na alam po natin ito, formative and assessment. So for an easier online assessment, again, we can utilize some of Office 365 and Microsoft Teams applications like Sway, PowerPoint, Word, Kahoot, Class Notebook, Whiteboard, and many more. So do not worry po, we will explore this during our actual session, and ayun nga po, I'm encouraging you to apply dito po sa program natin. Okay, so as institutions transition to hybrid learning, we can reimagine education and build a learning environment that incorporates all what it takes to provide quality education for our students. And of course, in the transition or transition journey or transformation journey, students will learn skills that are useful for them to be more productive in the future and for them to be a better citizen of this country, di ba? And by adapting to hybrid learning, you are contributing to collective experience that creates best practice or universal best practice for everyone. And as we learn, you now have the responsibility to apply and share what you know to others. And so that, ayun po, so that we can ensure that education profession continues to move forward even though we are in a pandemic. And actually, you can do so by being a part of Microsoft Education Ambassadors Program. So if you're a MEA, you can reimagine education through using the best and recent education technology na mapapawaw ang mga estudyante natin. We can implement the best practice, methods, strategies, and in which ito po ay it will make our students more engaged in our lesson. You can also share what you know to your colleagues for upscaling, and you can learn more from an exclusive community of education professionals to bring about education transformation. And how will you rate in education with hybrid learning? Of course, by utilizing Microsoft technology and becoming a part of the Microsoft Education Ambassadors Program. Okay, so thank you po. To learn more about Microsoft Teams, here's our subject matter expert, Ms. Emel. Hello po.
Hello, Jeremiah.
Hello. Sige, Ms. Emel, take it away.
Good morning.
Morning
Thank you so
po.
much. So, hello, everyone. I am Emel Reyes, and I'm so excited to share with you the overview of Microsoft Teams. So, our agenda for this session are the following. Understand what Microsoft Teams is and how it can be used in classrooms and school. Learn how to create teams and channels. And also how to navigate within team and manage the team's permission. And in the Microsoft Education Ambassador training, we will have a deep dive training about Microsoft Teams and OneNote class notebook. All right. So, in digital transformation journey, how can we connect with our students? Microsoft Teams is the answer. It is a digital hub that will serve as your online class room where you can have your discussion with the whole class, or in a small groups, or one-on-one with student. Through Teams, you can connect with your co-teachers as well and students through video calls. You will stay connected anytime, anywhere, and you will have access to all of your class resources. You can also use Teams to create, check, and return assignments, quizzes, and examinations. So let's take a look at the user interface of Microsoft Teams. Class Teams provide special capabilities tailored for teaching and learning. Every team comes with a channel where you can post announcement, have a conversation with the class. You can also upload files and access the assignments and the class notebook. You can add additional channels to your class teams. Channels are dedicated sections within a team to keep conversation organized by specific topics, projects, or disciplines. So whatever works for you and your class. You can also change the team settings and like add additional members or students, and also additional channels. So how we set up our Microsoft Teams? If you have your laptop or desktop right now, you can open a browser and type portal.office.com. So if you are using your school, kung meron na po tayong mga school login credentials, all you need to do is to log in your username and password. And on the initial landing page, you will see this, the Microsoft Teams icon. Or you can also click the All Apps, and you will see all other applications that is available in your tenant. So Microsoft design and customize the teams for education by developing 4 different types of teams that you can create. So before that, let me have a walkthrough about how to create your class teams. So first, if you are inside the Microsoft Teams, on the left panel, just click on the teams. And then on the upper right of your screen, you will see the join or create team. So when you click that, you just have to select create. And then here, mamimili na po tayo ng team type. So we have class type, no? Yung class team. This allows the teachers and the students to collaborate on group projects, assignments, and more. And then we have the PLC, no? The PLC teams. This one allows the educators to collaborate within the professional learning community. And then for the staff teams, this one allows the staff leaders or the members of the institution to collaborate on school administration or maybe professional development. And the last one, the anyone teams, this one allow the school clubs, sports team, or any group of student and school staff with common interest or maybe project to collaborate. So after that, you need to put a name for your class teams and an optional description. So the next step here will allow you to add students or members. So there are different ways you can add participants or students in your team. Number one, right after you create the team, you can immediately add members by typing their names or email address. Second one is by providing them a link that you can get inside your team. Then number 3, by providing a join code. No? You can generate it inside the class settings that you can copy and send it out to your students or members. And number 4, if your school is using School Data Sync, the IT admin can create a team based on your classes and roster. So the moment na mag-login po kayo sa Office 365 and you open Microsoft Teams, yung mga class teams ninyo nandun na po. All right. So using the calendar, you can schedule a meeting. You can also hold classes, staff collaboration meetings, and online trainings. There are different ways you can schedule a team meetings. Number 1 is one way you can add your student in the class meeting is by sending them a link. Tulad po ngayon, naka-receive po kayo ng link for this meeting. Another one is by scheduling it, no, using the calendar inside your class teams. And number 3, ito po yung pinakamabilis, no, the quick way to meet your student using the Meet Now feature. So meetings in Teams include audio, video, and also screen sharing. So this is one way for you to communicate with your students. Now, you can change the roles of the participant during a meeting. Every participant in a meeting is assigned a specific role like a presenter or an attendee. So you can manage that through the meeting option. So you will learn more of this on your deep dive training about Microsoft Teams. Everybody can participate in a meeting. As a teacher, you can share video, voice, or your screen during the call. In your future Maya training, you will learn the functions of the meeting menu bar and also the more functions kapag kinlik po natin tong ellipsis. Important here in this screen is the recording. Recording a meeting can be a valuable resource for students and parents, and it can help facilitate understanding and the retention of the materials you presented. Team posts are similar to social media. You can make posts like announcement, and also you can reply to other posts and use the @mention to get their attention. Chat is your way to talk to specific person or a small group and discuss like projects, class standing, or even class consultations. So that's how you communicate with your students. Now, to encourage student collaboration, you can share school files and easily discuss projects and ideas while reaching everyone in your class. Teams makes it easy to share files and work on them together. If working in Word, Excel, or PowerPoint files, you can view, edit, and collaborate on them right within Microsoft Teams. So every time a file is being shared in a post, it is automatically added to the Files tab of that channel. So to chat and work in real time, just open the document and then select the Start Conversation. Assignment tab. This allows the teachers to pass out assignments or create a quiz, and this feature may come with the use of Microsoft Forms. You can also use rubrics tool in assignment to create customizable, reusable rubrics for students to reference and also for you to evaluate their work. But rubrics are, of course, optional. Then all the scores of the formative and summative assessment you put in the assignment tab, you can access them in the grades tab. And then later on, you can export it and open using Microsoft Excel. The class notebook in the general channel is the central location for viewing and interacting with your students. Class notebook is an end-to-end assignment management that allows the teachers to organize interactive lessons, deliver personalized learning, and provide effective and timely feedback. So it is divided into 3 sections. First is the collaboration space. Then we have the content library and the student's private notebook. So in the content library, it is a read-only space where the teachers can share hands-out with the students, but the students cannot modify them. While in the collaboration space, this is a space where everyone in your class can share, organize, and collaborate in real time. Then the student's notebook. This is a private space shared between you and your individual student. Teachers can only access the student tapos yung may-ari ng notebook. So hindi po ito makikita ng mga classmates nila. And of course, they can access the class notebook using their laptops, desktop, tablet, or their smartphones. Finally, at the end of the navigation bar, by clicking the Add a Tab icon, you can add additional functionality like educational applications or websites na ginagamit po natin even before the pandemic. All you need to do is to click on the search and type the name of the application, or you can actually list it down since ito po ay you can select the A to Z. All applications that is applicable or available in your tenant, pwede nyo pong iselect. But of course, we're going to select lang yung appropriate sa ating subject. So once you and your students begin doing work in teams, you will be able to add an insights feature to your teams using the add a tab feature. So the insights in Microsoft Teams uses at a glance data views to help you catch up on all your students' teams activity like assignments, turn in to engagement or maybe class conversations, including po yung pag-open nila ng mga lessons sa class notebook. And another one is you can also, while you are in a call, you can also share your whiteboard. No? Para po tayong nasa traditional school, nasa physical classroom na kung saan nagdi-discuss tayo using the whiteboard. Okay? So, I think that's for me, no? Teacher, just remember that wait lang ko. Wait lang, medyo may nawala pa pong isang slide. So just remember that in this time of pandemic, no, we teachers should remember that great teachers never stop learning. So let us transform learning with Microsoft Teams. So to all the teachers out there, gawa na po tayo ng Teams and start a conversation with your co-teachers as we prepare for the next school year. So that's for me, Microsoft Teams overview. Thank you so much. So next, to have an overview about accessible documents, let us all welcome Ms. Clarissa Lim.
Thank you, Ms. Emel. I'll just put up my slides. There you go. So, hi, I'm Clarissa Lim. You can call me Cla or Clarice, and I'm here to talk about what you can expect from the accessibility session once you get into the Microsoft Education Ambassador Program. So, when we mention accessibility, we don't automatically relate it to technology. But when you think about it, accessibility is important for people of all abilities, and it affects how we use technology. Because people have diverse needs, whether it be learning, visual, hearing, mobility, neurodiversity, or mental health. So actually, according to the World Health Organization, if you've listened to the video earlier, more than 1 billion people in the world live with a disability. So 1 billion, more than 1 billion, that's even more than the population of the Philippines as of January 2021. And it's important to note that as of 2020, 22% of the world's population are above 60 years old. So, baka tanungin nyo sa akin, ano naman kinalaman ng senior citizens dito sa disability? Hindi naman ibig sabihin porket senior citizen may disability na. Kasi when people age, of course, we may experience changes in our abilities. So additionally, each of us may encounter temporary disabilities at one part of our lives. So syempre minsan, di ba, hindi natin maiwasan, maaksidente, magkakaroon tayo ng pilay, for example, and mahirapan tayo gamitin yung kamay natin to type. So that's actually a temporary disability. And then, especially ngayong pandemic, that all of us are working from home, we may be experiencing situational exclusion. So ito yung sinasabi natin na merong given circumstance or activity na nakaka-affect dun sa ability natin to perform a task. So very true to for parents like me na simula nitong nag-work from home tayo, apart from taking care of what we need to do in work, kailangan din nating alagaan yung children natin at the same time, especially kung maliliit pa sila, di ba? So ako, most of the time, I do my work na kasama ko rin yung 3-year-old son ko. So these situations affect our ability to do our activities or use technology at that particular moment. So in terms of the learning environment naman, no, especially nitong pandemic, yung students natin, bigla na lang nag-switch tayo to remote learning. So it has been challenging for all of us, for the teachers, for the students, for the parents. Pero for students with learning needs, these challenges are amplified and nag-i-increase lalo yung, kumbaga, frustration nila and anxiety. So this is where technology comes in. By learning about the accessible technologies that are available to us, we are able to help people of different abilities unlock their full potential by addressing a diversity of needs. So we are also able to help strengthen yung education opportunities and make the workplace more inclusive and inviting when we consider these diverse needs. So di ba nga kanina sabi, Microsoft's mission is to empower every person and every organization in the planet to achieve more. And Microsoft believes na itong accessibility and inclusion are essential to delivering this mission. So hopefully, once you get into the Microsoft Education Ambassador Program, kasama namin kayo to carry on that mission. So for my session, I only have 3 things that I'd like you to take away. First is to learn how Windows 10 and Microsoft 365 can personalize learning for your students and for teaching for you. Second is also explore what are the available tools built in the Windows 10 and Microsoft 365. And then third, after natin malaman yung mga tools na yun, discover how we can make documents accessible and inclusive to all types of learners. So before we go there, of course, kailangan din natin i-define yung mga terms. Ano ba tong accessibility? Ano ba tong disability? What is inclusive design and assistive technologies? Just to make sure that we are on the same page. So after natin yun makover, we'll also be going to the different accessibility features and tools. So sabi nga ni Erwin kanina, there are a lot of applications na meron si Microsoft that we can use, and built into those applications, meron tayong features and tools that can aid us in our different abilities. For this session, I will focus on the 5 applications. So if you notice, Microsoft designs applications with inclusivity and accessibility in mind. So those are Windows 10, Teams, Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. So again, all of these tools allow us to do the things that we need to do, and for our student, make the learning experience better. So this is just a sneak preview of what we will be covering for Windows 10. So Windows 10 offers built-in features that allow our users to choose how they want to interact with the screen, express their ideas, and get their work done. So from keyboard shortcuts, dictation, ease of access setting, narrator, and focus assist, there are tools to help people of all abilities personalize the experience of using their devices and apps. So next is we will cover Teams, diba? So kanina na-discuss ni Ms. Emel ano yung mga features ni Teams applicable to our learning environment. So in terms of accessibilities, we have live captions, translate, immersive background, blur background, and reading progress. So if you've joined us early for this session, nakita niyo yung video preview about the reading progress, and pinakita rin siya ni Erwin kanina during his presentation. And for Microsoft 365 applications, Accessibility Checker, Immersive Reader, Dictate, PowerPoint Designer, and Presenter Coach. So, sample lang yung Presenter Coach kasi apart from letting you rehearse, very applicable to for people with anxiety like me. Every time I talk in front of a large group of people, talagang nagkakaroon ako ng anxiety attack. Parang kailangan ko talagang i-prepare yung sarili ko. So, very helpful yung Presenter Coach. So, to make sure, after natin matutunan lahat yung tools, no, then we can create accessible documents. So, our end goal talaga is to create documents that are accessible for all. So, when we say accessible documents, these are documents that are readable to the blind, low vision, those who use screen readers, and all types of disability. So, why do we want to do that? Because by doing so, syempre, unang-una, we provide equal access of information to a wider audience. So, di ba, hindi lang for a specific group yung makakabasa ng documents na yun or makakaintindi nun. It allows people with visual disability, dyslexia, or any learning disability to read and understand the content to really get to know the document. Second is it encourages yung independent learning for our students. Kasi nga, if you make it accessible, mas madali na sa kanila intindihin yun. And lastly, for the students, it increases their opportunity to gain higher grades, especially those with visual or learning disability because of these accessible documents. So for the teachers naman, syempre it saves time for us in creating yung materials because the accessible documents have structures that you can use already as an outline. And second, nalilesen yung question natin from learners kasi kaya na nga nilang basahin yon on their own. So, syempre, hindi lang naman siya applicable, di ba, for the school. Applicable din naman siya in the workplace kasi nga, it helps us make our work easier. So, for the accessible documents, I'll cover 3. So, we'll do the accessible Word documents, accessible PowerPoint presentations, and accessible Excel spreadsheets. So before I leave you, I would like to just emphasize this mission statement again from Microsoft. Empower every person and organization on the planet to achieve more. So as future mayas, we expect each and every one of you, no matter what your level, role, or function is, to play an active role in creating environments where people of diverse backgrounds and abilities are excited to bring all of who you are and do the best of your work. So because simple changes, sabi nga kanina dun sa video, lead us to transformation. So I hope to see you in the accessibility session. I now turn you over to Ufer to talk about how you can apply to the program using Microsoft Sway. Take it away, Ufer.
Hi, good morning. Ayan, so let me just pull out my screen here and send me live because I'm also producing this event. and so good morning po, my dear teachers, educators from all around the Philippines. No, I'll be training you about Microsoft Educator Center and Sway. Tuturuan ko po kayo. So wag po kayong aalis kasi ito po yung isa sa pinaka-importanteng part ng session na ito. No? So we'll be teaching you how are you going to, proceed with the application of the Microsoft Educator Ambassador Program. So my name is Ufer. I'm the operations lead of Line Learning and Development Solutions. And at the same time, kung napapansin niyo po yung extension ng pangalan ko, I'm a registered medical technologist. So, sa sobrang dami na pag-usapan natin, right, when it comes to skills, ganyan and everything, I'm part of that skill upskilling na, say for example, hindi naman po talaga ito yung course ko, di ba, na mag-train. But then, I actually learn, I continually learn and upskill myself. And that's why I'm training you now. All right? So, let's begin with the Microsoft Educator Center. Okay? So, according to the survey that was conducted by the American Federation of Teachers in 2015, sabi nila, 71% of educators say that adoption of new initiatives without proper training or professional development is the primary reasons for workplace stress. Diba? So, I think totoo yun, right? Kasi, say for example, sa Department of Education, nagbaba sila ng memo. Okay, gamitin nyo si Microsoft Office, gamitin nyo si Microsoft Teams, gamitin nyo to for teaching and learning. And yet, walang training na naganap. Diba? So, may stress ka po talaga sa teacher, paano mo gagamitin, saan ka magsisimula and all. Right? So, with that, no, if kailangan natin ng training, you actually have your Microsoft Educator Center. Ito po yung kanyang link. You have education.microsoft.com. Para po sa ating mga teacher na wala pa pong account, kindly go to that link and sign up for Microsoft Educator Center. And with Microsoft Educator Center, you can actually access robust professional development courses inside this website. And hindi lang ito puro Microsoft. It's actually, you can actually learn a lot of things here, including remote learning, how to deliver it properly, diba? 21st century learning design, or including how are you going to create your quizzes, or how are you going to create an impactful presentation. May mga courses po dyan that you can take. And with that, with all those courses, no, so marami ka ring learning path na tinatawag. So yung learning path has several modules. What's nice about the Microsoft Educator Center, as I have experienced it, you can actually take courses at your own pace. say for example, one Saturday, I am supposed to work on some projects, no? Pero parang may mga time talaga minsan parang gusto mo lang humiga ganyan. And still nakahiga ako but I'm productive. I'm taking up courses in the Microsoft Educator Center. And with that 2 hours, I actually finish one learning path. So imagine that, 'di ba? So ganun ka bilis, 'di ba? And again, you can take your lessons or your training at your own time. So kung hindi mo kayang tapusin yung isang oras sa isang upuan, pwede mong hati-hatiin niya ng 30 minutes o 20 minutes ganyan for you to learn something new, no? So I believe kailangan sa mga teachers you learn something or new things every day para po sa kapakanan po ng ating mga estudyante, which is I think the biggest stakeholder in any school, right? And in Microsoft Educator Center, once you finish courses, you can actually receive badges and certificates that you can share in social media accounts. You can actually put that in your portfolio, diba? So, yan yung makukuha ninyo. So, as you can see here, I have a lot of, mamaya papakita ko sa inyo, I have a lot of badges and certificates earned already since I started in the Microsoft Educator Center. And 'di ba sabi ni Grace kanina, 'di ba? Ito yung isang way for you to get the CMIE. Okay, 'di ba? Nabanggit niya kanina. Okay, the Microsoft Certified Innovative Educator. So, ayan. So, for you to get this level 1 certification kay Microsoft, okay, ang kailangan mo lang po is to finish a 2-hour content or a 2-hour course in the Microsoft Educator Center. It can be 2 modules, no? So pwedeng hybrid learning course and then Office 365, or you can take the entire learning path of Windows 10 and Office 365. It's the same. You can you will get this recognition to become a certified Microsoft Innovative Educator. Right? So, as promised, no, sabi ni Grace kanina, since you attended this training orientation, lahat po ng nandito, okay, you will be getting this recognition to be a certified MIE. So, ito po yung code. Okay? Just go on to education.microsoft.com and claim this code. And also, if you are seeing this QR code here, hinihingi po namin yung tulong nyo to answer a quick survey para lang po makita namin where can we improve on our discussion, right? So, by the way, kung napansin nyo, di ba, wala pong demonstration ngayon na nangyari dun sa mga naunang trainers natin because it's just a preview. Lahat po ng mga yon ay matututunan nyo dun sa 3-day training na gagawin natin once you are already admitted in the program. Alright, now let me show you how are you going to claim your certificate and badges in the Microsoft Educator Center. So as you can see now, I'm now logged in into my Microsoft Educator Center account, okay, in education.microsoft.com. So for you to claim that badge, just click on your profile picture, okay, and click Redeem Achievement Code. Ayan. So ipo-paste nyo lang po, kakopy nyo lang, paste nyo lang po yung achievement code dyan, and then you'll be getting your certificates already. Now, also, here, for you to get, okay, to download your CMIE certificate, okay, pwede nyo pong ipa-frame yan. Okay, download nyo po, print nyo po, pwede nyo pong ipa-frame. Okay, so just go on to your My Profile. And as you can see, I have here all my badges that I've earned, no, including Minecraft, Flipgrid, 21st Century Learning Design, at marami pang iba. OneNote, ayan. So nandito po, okay, ito po yung itsura ng badge. Okay, on your, ayan, nawala na siya. There you go. This is your Certified Microsoft Innovative Educator badge that you can actually share, okay, in your social media accounts. And you can also, okay, view your certificate. Alright. We just download it. Ayan po. So, pwede nyo pong i-download yan. You can save it to your computer. You can put it on your portfolio. Wala pong problema. This is a certificate, okay, issued by Microsoft through the Microsoft Educator Center by at least finishing 2 courses or 2 hours course in the MEC or the Microsoft Educator Center. Okay? And ayan, so as you can see, na-complete ko po yung CMIE ko nung March 13, 2017. So matagal-tagal na po na panahon. Okay. So ayan po. Now, balik tayo dito. Dito naman tayo sa ating next steps. Okay, next steps na po tayo. Ito na po, tuturuan ko po kayo paano po yung process ng pag-a-apply ng sa Microsoft Educator Ambassador Program. As Grace discussed, no, dati ang MEA program, umiikot po kami sa Pilipinas. All right? We go to major cities in the Philippines or to nominated cities in the Philippines. We interview teachers and even private individuals who wanted to join the program. But right now, dahil nga po sa ating situation, no, with the pandemic, gagawin nating virtual lahat. Okay? So, ito po yung steps ng ating application. So, you can screenshot this. Okay, screenshot nyo po yung mga sunod-sunod na slides. Okay, first step, create a 2-minute video. Second step, create a Sway presentation. Third, fill up the application form and submit your application. Okay, ganun kasimple. Pero ito po yung details, papaano. Let's talk about creating your video. Okay, so your 2-minute video should be, answering, no? Create a 2-minute video answering one of the following questions. Ano yung mga question na yan? Okay, so how do you use Microsoft technology to improve learning outcomes using the following technologies? Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or OneNote. Choose one technology lang po. Choose one application lang. Okay? Next, how do you use Microsoft technology to promote diversity and inclusion? No? Paano ba tayo maging mas inclusive sa ating classroom? No? Some teachers, for them to become inclusive, they're actually using Flipgrid. Okay, si Flipgrid is a way for you to be more inclusive in the classroom. In a way, you can cover every student. Kasi may mga estudyante tayo hirap na sumagot or nahihiyang mag-recite sa ating class. And you can actually use Flipgrid para inclusive lahat. Lahat sila sasagot dun sa question mo. Okay? How do you use Microsoft technology to spark interest in STEM or prepare your students for work readiness? Diba? So, yan. Say, for example, I'll be using Minecraft. Diba? It's a Microsoft technology. Okay? To spark interest in, say, coding or programming. Diba? Or Python or JavaScript. See? So you can use those technology, right? So again, with all these questions, isa lang po yung sasagutin po natin. Okay? 2-minute video. Now, let's talk about the video guidelines naman, di ba? So for your video guidelines, be direct, concise, and clear. On your video, okay, so in our previous engagement, no, nung kami pa ay nung tayo pa ay pwede pa mag face to face. Sobrang haba ng mga video ng mga MEA, di ba? Yung mga nag-a-apply, ang dami nilang sinabi. So, right now, dahil medyo gahol tayo sa oras, di ba? Kung panonood tayo ng 15-minute video, di ba? So, much better 2-minute. So, be direct. So, wag nyo na pong sabihin, ako po si Ufer, ako po yung nag-aral sa ganito, graduate ng ganito, masters ng ganito, nagtuturo ng ganito. Wala na po. Okay, just answer the video correctly, direct, okay? Pili tayo ng isang question, that's it. Okay, be creative as possible. No? So, aside from answering the video na ganito, naka-video lang kayo, tapos sinasagot nyo, tapos hahayaan nyo po yung evaluators, yung board of evaluators natin to imagine kung ano po yung inyong sagot. Diba? Sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng technology. So better siguro gawa tayo ng demonstration, diba? So 1 minute, answer the question, and then perhaps you can create a video demonstration. So tip for you, to create a video demonstration, you can use the PowerPoint screen recorder that is available in Microsoft PowerPoint, or you can actually use Microsoft Teams to record yourself, no, doing the demonstration. Okay, so say for example, you wanted to demo the accessibility checker, diba? For you to become more inclusive in the classroom, no? So, pwede natin gawin yon. For example, pwede mong i-demo si Immersive Reader, diba? As a learning tool in OneNote. So pwede mong gawin yon using your PowerPoint screen recorder. No need to download po yung mga flashy screen recorders, ganyan na magbabayad pa kayo. You can just use PowerPoint and Microsoft Teams for you to record. Okay? Then, okay, last video guideline is please keep your video to 2 minutes. Okay? Sa 2 minutes po, sobrang haba na po yan. Alright? So, kasi kung direct po natin sasagutin, okay, wala na pong paligoy-ligoy, then mahaba po yung 2 minutes na yan. And with that 2 minutes, pwede po kayong mag-demo. Do you know that I have demoed Windows 8 in 8 minutes? Okay, ganun kahaba, ganun kaiksi, at tapos sobrang dami kong na-demo. So with 2 minutes, kayang-kaya nyo pong i-demo yung isang feature at kayang-kaya nyo pong sagutin yung question doon sa ating video. Okay? Now, step 2, create a sway presentation. Create a sway presentation and attach the following. Kaya po natin ginawang step by step to para at least yun po talaga yung unahin nyo. Video presentation muna. Okay? Attach po natin following. Your MIE certificate, di ba? Yung Certified Microsoft Innovative Educator that you can get from your Microsoft Educator Center. Your 2-minute video, kailangan po nating i-attach. And then there's an optional picture. Okay, optional po ito in case lang. A picture of you delivering a learning session with your fellow teachers. Okay? So wala pong problema. Sabi mo, sir, hindi naman po Microsoft yung tinuro ko sa mga teachers ko eh. Wala pong problema. Okay? We just wanted to know, okay, the Board of Evaluators wanted to know kung naranasan nyo na pong magturo, okay, sa inyong fellow teachers, kung naranasan nyo pong magturo sa adult learners. Kasi po, there are a lot of teachers who are very comfortable in teaching students. Pero pagdating sa adult learners, parang kinakabahan po tayo. And yes, understandable po yun. Ganon din po ako dati. Diba? Kayang-kaya kong magturo sa mga estudyante. Okay? Because I was invited countless times, no, in schools to become their speaker. Pero ang hirap po minsan magturo sa adult learners. Okay? So yan. Optional po yun if you wanted to put in your picture. Now, let's talk about Sway. So ngayon, tuturuan ko na po kayo how are you going to use Sway, okay, in your application. Okay? So direct, ano po ito? Direct turo. Okay? Yung step by step, paano natin gagawin yung Sway natin sa ating application process. But before that, let's watch what is Sway.
This is our most popular exhibit. Come a little bit closer so you can see this amazing creature called Squishies.
You have ideas and projects that are interesting, meaningful, powerful. Now there's a new app that helps you easily pull together, format, and showcase them, while still giving you freedom to adjust the design and reflect your own unique style. Introducing Sway, a completely new way to express yourself. Search a wide variety of sources without leaving the app. And simply drag and drop your content directly into Sway. Sway gives you the power to assemble and present your ideas, all just a tap or click away. It lets you create a polished, living, breathing canvas of your ideas on the web, using a variety of multimedia that you bring together with ease. Select a layout and style for your content, or let Sway do it automatically by showing suggested combinations for you to consider and change at any time. Seamlessly integrated with the web, social networks, and your devices, your creation can be shared as effortlessly as sending a link, and will look great on any screen. Sway lets you easily pull together, format, and share your ideas on any device from anywhere. It's an all-in-one, elegant solution that's unlike anything you've used before. Reimagine the way your ideas come to life.
All right. So now, to know more about Sway, ano ba yung Sway na yan, Ufer, di ba? Parang nakita niyo yung video, how can I make a Sway presentation? And to some of you, perhaps narinig niyo na po kung ano yung Sway. Okay, sa mga baguhan pa, baka hindi niyo po nagagamit, di ba? Let me show you a presentation, a Sway presentation about Sway. Okay. So, ayan. So, let me, there you go. So, Sway is a combination, okay, of your Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and even OneNote. Okay, so yan po si Sway. It's a combination of it. And you can integrate everything in Sway. So, tignan po natin. So, what is a Sway? It's a digital storytelling app, right, that you can use in your classroom. So, not just in the classroom, no? Si Erwin, no, one of the best practice ng Sway na nakita ko, ginamit niya po si Sway to create his wedding invitation. So nung kasal po niya, okay, hindi po siya nagpamudmod ng papel ng invitation. He just sent us a Sway, a link, okay, to take a look at the invitation, yung details, saan gagawin yung reception, saan gagawin yung kasal, everything is there already. Diba? Isn't it nice, no? So paperless na po tayo. And you can create and share interactive class materials, presentations, and projects. When I was in Microsoft, when I was working with Microsoft, no, yung newsletter namin every week, right? Instead of printing it or putting it on a PDF document na hindi naman namin binabasa, ganyan, kasi sinend lang via email, they actually use Sway for, to lay out and then just send us the link. No? So yung Sway kasi, pag sinend mo yung link sa chat, either on any platform, no, any communication tool, no, madali lang siyang ma-access. In just one click, you can now launch your Sway presentation. Some of the best practices in using Sway, if you remember, no, I'm a member of a press club before, or school organ ang tawag nila dati, no, yung school paper namin. And what we used to do before is we release bi-monthly newsletter sa aming school. And imagine, no, pag nag-release ka ng newsletter, noong panahon ko, hindi pa uso ang photocopy masyado. Ang ginagamit po namin ay stencil. So, ewan ko po kung may nakaabot pa ng stencil para sa mga seasoned teachers, alam niyo po yung stencil, no? Pero po yung mga bagong teachers ngayon, ang naabutan niyo na lang po siguro mga LED projectors na ganyan, overhead projectors. Pero yung right now, before, stencil. At ang gamit pa na stencil is yung manual, yung iniikot. So imagine we're going to produce, say, 200, 300, and masakit po yun sa kamay yung pag-ikot ng stencil machine. Okay, so yan. So you can use your Sway in creating your school paper. Lalo na po ngayon na malayo po yung mga bata sa school, hindi po sila pwedeng mag face-to-face. So what you can do, you can actually use Sway to create your newsletters. All right. So what does Sway make? Though? So Sway will allow you to create dynamic, interactive, and living and breathing canvas, diba? So in Sway, you can actually integrate slideshows, pictures, slideshow of pictures. You can integrate this parang before and after, diba? Comparison of your picture. What else? Here you go. You can also add 3D models. So I think mas nauna pa yatang si Sway na nag-integrate ng 3D model rather than si PowerPoint and the other Office application. Diba? So si Sway, you can actually, you can add your 3D models here. Diba? So mas immersive siya. You can add videos. This is the same video that we played a while ago. You can add a sound clip. So kung gusto nyo mag-add ng music, pwede. Tingnan natin. Let me play this clip here kung mahuhulaan nyo po. Okay, so remember that. This is your Skype. Kapag mag-open po si Skype dati, yan po yung sound niya. And you can add tweeters. You can embed your tweet inside Sway. Say, for example, you wanted to quote someone. So, pwede pong automatic yan. You can just, add your tweet there. And, di ba sabi ko sa inyo kanina, it's a combination of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. Ito po, this is actually a document embedded inside Microsoft Sway. Okay, Word document po yan. As you can see the icon here, you have your Excel worksheet integrated in Sway. So I can, very interactive siya, di ba? Very immersive. Pwede kong i-click yung aking mga slicers. Ayan, and makikita nyo, it actually changes the data in your screen. This is also a PowerPoint presentation where, I can just browse into my PowerPoint and present my presentation. Pwede ko po yan palakihan if I want to. And as a teacher, diba, sabi ko sa inyo, you can create content. You can include content in Microsoft Sway. Dito po sa gitna ng Sway or sa dulo ng inyong Sway, you can actually integrate your quiz using Microsoft Forms naman. O, diba? So imagine that, no? With your Sway presentation, with your content, with your lesson inside Sway, pwede kayong mag-integrate ng any multimedia that you can put it in your Sway. Even a quiz. Diba? So after nila basahin yung iyong lesson, okay, sa dulo ng Sway, meron po silang quiz. And, Sway has a built-in design engine. So kapag po si Sway, naglagay ka po ng content, drag and drop lang po yan, and automatically po, you can just remix your Sway, and then Sway will design your presentation for you. Okay? Redesign with a new theme, redesign the layout, ganyan. Right? And it is an adaptive layout. Sabi ko sa inyo, Sway can, you can view your Sway in your phone, in your tablet, in your laptop, in your browser. Okay, basta meron kang yung link ng Sway. So I'll paste the link here in our yung Sway na to. Okay, I'll put in the link. All right. In our Q&A box, okay, for you to access this Sway that I'm presenting right now. So there, this is Sway, no? So pakibasa na lang po yung ibang details na nandito. But let me now show you how you can now create your Sway to apply in the MEA program. So let me minimize that. Before minimizing it, balik tayo dito. In your Microsoft Office 365, okay, if you already have your Office 365, pag wala pa po, kindly kulitin po natin si ICT coordinator or si DITO po natin or si ICT officer po natin to claim your Office 365 account. Okay? So kahit A1 po yan, Microsoft 365 A1 or Office 365 A1 or A3, pwede po kayong gumawa ng Sway, pwede po kayong gumamit ng Microsoft Teams as Erwin discussed a while ago. So, in your Office 365 account, when you log into office.com using your Office 365 email address, okay, makikita nyo po si Sway dito. Kapag hindi nyo po nakita, let me just zoom that. Okay, just click on all apps here down below on the lower left corner of your screen. And it will show you all your applications. Okay, so nandito po si Sway. So you can just click that and launch. Okay, and you can now start your Sway from scratch, or you can start from a document. As I've said, Sway is also available across platforms. So, si Microsoft Sway, meron din po siyang Windows application. Okay? So, let me just get my Windows application here. Okay, so this is Sway. All right, you can download it from the Microsoft Store. Okay, again, kung wala po kayong Office 365 account, okay, you can get your Office 365 account with your DITOs, or kung kailangan nyo lang pong gumawa ng Sway, pwede rin po sa inyong free na Microsoft account. Alright? For you to apply in the program. Okay. So of course, let me begin with a new Sway here rather than from a topic or from a document. Okay, so gawa po ako ng Sway. Halimbawa, isa po akong applicant, no, ng Microsoft Education Ambassador. Okay, so yan. Create po tayo ng Sway. Okay, and then of course, para kayong gumagawa ng, I don't know, resume perhaps or your short bio, di ba? Siyempre, lalagay ko yung pangalan ko. Okay, then, ito po yung, yung storyline muna ni Sway, no? So, gawa po muna tayo. Mamaya po natin tignan yung design. And then, I'll add the background, for example. Say, magsisearch po ako ng picture ng school. Well, it's all up to you. Pwede po kayo mag-upload ng background, no, from your device if you want to. But right now, I'm just going to search picture of school. Okay, so if you can see, I have a lot of pictures here. And note, no, as a good digital citizen, kailangan po naka-check yung Creative Commons only. Bakit? The Creative Commons will allow you to use these pictures, okay, for your presentation. Okay, na wala pong babayaran, wala pong lisensya. Okay, so Creative Commons. Say, for example, I want to get this picture of school. Okay, this one, for example. Let me add that. There you go. And that's your title card, diba? Now, I can now add, okay, a short bio about me. For example, diba? Let me say, add a text, and then I'm Ufer. I graduated as MedTech, diba? In FEU, yung mga ganyan, diba? So it's all up to you, no? Of course, we wanted to impress the board of evaluators. Okay? So meron, in the Microsoft Education Ambassador Program, for you to admitted, okay, you will be evaluated by our board of evaluators. Ayan. So meron po tayong board of evaluators who will take a look on your Sway presentation, on your video presentation. Ayan. Okay, so for example, nagawa nyo na po yan, yung inyong short bio. Now, ano yung isang i-attach natin? Okay, so sabi dun sa instruction, we need to attach our CMIE certificate. So let me add, okay, and upload my certified Microsoft Innovative Educator certificate, which is this one. Okay, let me open that. So it's all up to you how you're going to lay out your Sway. Okay, ang importante, makita po namin yung 2-minute video, yung inyong CMIE certificate, a short bio about you, and okay, your optional pictures delivering a training. So let me embed this. All right. So it's now embedded in my Sway presentation. Now, here, no, meron kang option for you to emphasize your item, okay, or your content inside Sway. So I can actually set the emphasis to intense. Para, okay, mama, ipapakita ko po sa inyo, pag naka-intense po yung emphasis niya, naka-full screen po yung ating certificate. So tignan natin, let's try. So, for you to take a look, ano po yung currently itsura ng Sway po natin, on the upper right, okay, here, on the upper right corner of your screen, may nakalagay dyan na play. Okay, let me just click on that, and then it will show me, okay, yung itsura po ng aking Sway presentation. I have here my name, okay, I have the background that I added, and I have here my certificate na hindi masyadong nakikita, di ba? Kasi hindi siya naka-emphasize. So what I can do, I'll go back to the edit mode, okay, and then click on emphasize to intense. Alright? Okay. So, okay na tayo dyan. Na-add na natin yung ating certificate. Now, let's add our 2-minute video. Click on the plus button again. Di ba? Very straightforward. For you to add an item, a content in your Sway, just click the plus sign and then it will show you options. Ano yung kailangan natin, ano yung pwede nating ilagay. Let me add a media and a video. Alright. So, kailangan ko yatang mag-upload. Let me just delete that muna. Mas mabilis tong method na to. Add. And then, upload. Alright. And then, let me upload this video here. Oh, by the way, the video that I'm uploading, hindi, wala pa akong mukha dyan. But that's actually my voice. We actually created that. Microsoft tasked us to create this video. And upload it to the DepEd Commons. So para sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, kung gusto niyo po ng tips and tricks on Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. Meron po tayo sa DepEd Commons Microsoft Professional Development course. Okay, nandun po yan sa DepEd Commons. So that will help you to utilize Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Marami po kayo matututunan doon. Okay, doon sa mga demo na ginawa namin. Okay, and of course, I want to emphasize my video siguro in the middle lang. Okay, then, let me add my pictures naman. Diba? Okay, and then let me upload it. Click lang yung upload and then let me choose the 4 pictures here. Okay, yan po yung training na ginawa ko po sa Grand Opera Hotel. Okay, during the last inset nung 2019. Okay, and then, once uploaded, napansin nyo kanina dun sa Sway presentation natin, may mga nakastock na photo, may nag-slideshow na photo. You can actually do that by clicking on Group. Okay, so i-group ko lang sila. And then once group na po yung aking mga pictures, meron po tayo ditong option kung paano po or ano po yung itsura ng gusto nating layout. So right now, let me select the stock photos and then I will select yung emphasis. Okay? Now that I already added everything, okay, let me take a look on my Sway now. Let me hit play here. Ayan na po, 'di ba? So nandito po yung aking short bio, for example. Pwede pong mas mahaba yan, wala pong problema. Okay? And this is my CMIE, Certified Microsoft Innovative Educator Certificate. And this is my video. Okay, so ganyan po palitan niyo po yung emphasis para po makikita po namin ng maayos, 'di ba? So let me just click this video here. Okay, and let's play it. Tingnan natin, no? Oops, there you go. Ayan. So let me just play my video. Forward ko lang po ng konti. Ability of content in OneNote. It is part of Microsoft Learning Tools, which is designed to support students with dyslexia and dysgraphia. It can also support anyone who wants to make reading on their device easier. There you go. So that's a 2-minute video, for example. Okay, and my pictures delivering a training, okay, during the inset. Ayan. Okay, so here are my pictures, di ba? And that's it, no? Tapos na yung Sway natin. Now, kung sabihin mo sa akin, Ufer, hindi ako satisfied dun sa layout I want to change it. So go back to your edit mode. Okay? And pwede nating palitan yung design. So just click on the design tab here. And in the upper right corner of your screen, may makikita kang styles. Click on styles. And kung napapansin nyo, di ba, this is horizontal scroll. Pwede ko rin yan gawing vertical scroll. Ayan. Okay? So pwedeng gawing vertical scroll yan. And I can even, change my theme here. Pwede kong i-change yung aking theme. Or kung hindi po kayo makapili ng theme, allow Sway to remix it for you. So just click on remix and then automatically Sway will, pick a theme, okay, that is, suited for you, diba? So yan. There you go. So once you're done, okay ka na, satisfied ka na sa itsura ng iyong Sway presentation, naglagay ka na ng picture and everything, you can now share your Sway presentation. Okay, so yun po importante. Pagkatapos nating gawin, kailangan nating i-share by clicking the share button here. And kailangan po, nakaset po yan sa anyone with the link can access this Sway. Okay, kasi pag hindi po yan nakaset sa anyone with the link, ibig sabihin, kayo lang po yung may access ng Sway na yan at hindi po makikita ng ating BOE. Okay, or ng ating Board of Evaluators. So just click on of course, kailangan view only. Hindi pwedeng edit yung ibibigay nyo. Kasi pag edit link, may sabihin, may edit namin yung Sway nyo, diba? So, what you can do, just click on the view, and then let's now copy, okay, the link, Okay, yun lang po yung kailangan natin. Okay, so ginawa niyo yung Sway. Alright, pagtapos na kayo, just click on share and copy the link. Tapos doon na tayo sa ating step 3. Okay. So nakopy na natin yung link. Balik tayo sa ating step 3. Submit your application. So kindly fill up the following form to signify your intent to join the program, the MEA program. So click. And this is your application form. So say UFER, Passion. There you go. And there you go, email address. Halimbawa, ganyan. And then say, sabihin ko non-school. Then line, L&D. Then position. So fill up nyo lang po yung form na yan. By the way, okay, pakilinaw po yung mga email addresses po natin, no? Kasi may mga nag-register po before dun sa ating orientation, may mga mali po yung nalagay nilang email address. Yung iba nakalagay uferpassion@depend. Yung iba uferpassion@depes.gov.ph. So baka hindi po niyo matanggap. And by the way, hindi naman po kailangan or required na deped.gov.ph na email. Okay? Ang nire-require po namin na email diyan is yung email na binubuksan niyo po every day. Okay, yun po yung kailangan na email for you to be informed kung pasok po kayo sa program. So ilagay niyo po dyan yung email address na binubuksan nyo every day, that you are checking it every day, or yung mga email address na nakakonect sa inyong phones, para dun po namin isend yung confirmation should you be admitted in the program. So malinaw po yun, ha? Okay, it should be an email address that you are accessing it on a regular basis. Okay? Then, lagay ko ng teaching, click on next. On the next question or section, dito po natin ilalagay yung ating Sway na link. Okay? So please do not put number 1, number 2, number 3 dyan. Huwag po tayo maglalagay ng email address or anything. Okay? Except for your Sway presentation link. Okay? Huwag nyo pong ilalagay yung pangalan nyo dyan and all. Pero pa pala isang reminder. In your email address, pakibasa po mabuti, email address po nila ang hinahanap dyan, hindi po home address. Okay? Kasi pag home address, hindi po namin masasend yung confirmation sa inyo, di ba? So, kailangan po email address. Huwag nyo pong ilagay dyan San Ildefonso, Bulacan, mga ganyan. Huwag po. Okay? Huwag po ilagay dyan Kawayan City, Isabela. Huwag po nating ilalagay dyan. Okay? So, please put in your email address. Alright? So, once nalagay na po natin yung ating link ng Sway presentation, then we can now click next and continue answering the application form. Okay? Ganun po kasimple. Okay? So, pagka-fill up nyo po, just click on submit. Okay? And then matatanggap na po namin yung inyong application. And, reminder, application due date is June 18, 2021 at 11:59 p.m. So yan po yung kailangan nyo pong tandaan na date. So kung kaya nyo na po this weekend, Friday na po ngayon, di ba? Sabado, you can now record, you can now create your Sway presentation. Huwag nyo na pong hintayin ng June 18. Alright, so if you're really interested to be part of this program, if you are passionate on teaching or using technology in the classroom, if you're passionate in sharing your knowledge to your fellow teachers, please create your application now. Please create your video, your Sway presentation, and submit it as soon as possible. All right? So I'll give now the floor or the screen, hindi floor, the screen and microphone to our moderators, Camille and Kurt.
Hi, Ufer. Hi, everyone. I would like you to meet my co-moderator for this portion, Miss Feliz Kaya. Hi, Feliz. Good morning. Ayan. So, Feliz and I will be the one to do the Q&A portion. So, but before that, we would like to thank our speakers for Office 365 overview, Sir Erwin, hybrid learning from Jeremiah, Microsoft Teams from Miss Email, accessibility tools from Miss Clarissa, and of course Microsoft Sway, and instructions for Maya from Sir Ufer. So let's now proceed with our Q&A. So we have our first question. The first question is actually for Miss Grace. May I ask po about sa teach back journey? What if we have done it prior to training? Is it still counted? Also, is it if it's less than 20 lang maturuan ko, ano po ang pwede kong gawin?
Okay. So, for the requirements sa ating adopt a school, so di ba 50 yung ating minimum requirement. So, yung 50 not necessarily naman isang bagsakan or isang session lang yon. So, sakasakali lang. For example, 20 yung unang session nyo, and then yung remaining 30 nyo, you can actually conduct it at a later time. So, the 50 is actually cumulative. So, don't worry about that.
Okay. For our next question, Miss Felice.
Our second question, can we be part of this group or be an ambassador even we are not IT grad or not a major of any IT-related subject? Sir,
Nakilala akong ganyan. Nakilala akong ganyan. Si Sir Ufer, di ba?
Yes. Okay, so again, the Microsoft Education Ambassadors Program is open to all individuals regardless of your background. Again, as long as educator tayo, or meaning talagang meron tayong teaching experience or kaya natin magturo, mag-train ng adult learners, and of course, you must have met the minimum qualifications that we flashed earlier. So, regardless of background po.
Okay. So for our third question, Miss Grace, are we going to get assistance from Microsoft when we conduct training for other teachers, or are we going to spend for it?
Okay. So, in terms of teaching back, so again, kasama po once we onboard you into the program, kasama po dyan ang toolkit, meaning una sa lahat, bibigyan namin kayo ng training. Second, bibigyan namin kayo ng resources, lahat ng training decks, lahat ng kakailanganin yung mga PowerPoint presentations, white papers, handouts, kasama po yan sa ibibigay po namin sa inyo. So, definitely, kapag kayo ay nag-training, guided din kayo kung anong content yung ating ibababa. And of course, as always naman, no, kapag meron din kayong mga katanungan during the course of the program or your teach back, we would be available naman for consultation or questions.
Okay, so Felice, for our fourth question.
So, for our fourth question for this morning, Sir Erwin, papasagot naman, meron daw po bang ibibigay sa mga bata na MS365 account ang DepEd para magamit nila ang full features ng Office? Also, free din po ba ang Minecraft for students?
Okay, so quick answer to that. Yes, unti-unti po, binibigay niya po ang mga accounts ng mga students. Kindly coordinate with your division IT officer. May rollout po yan. So, follow up lang po pag just in case. And then, for the question naman about Minecraft Education Edition, yes po, kasama po yan pag na-release na po yung account. So, again, I encourage everyone, you can start, pag meron ng accounts, download na yung Minecraft kung pwede. Again, that's bit.ly/mee download. Ayan, para lalo na pag nag-summer, di ba? At least na, kung gusto ng mga estudyante na hindi yung makalabas, di ba? At least matututo pa rin sila, di ba? They can use Minecraft Education Edition.
All right, perfect. So thank you so much, everyone, for that Q&A portion. So Felice, can you introduce our next portion?
Tunay ngang masasalamin ang ating bayanihan para sa kinabukasan. In the early onset of the pandemic, we were caught in the middle of uncertainty and wonder how we can be effective in what we do. In these trying times, we learned and is continuously learning how to reach out to our students and equip them as well. To share with us how we can prepare our students with future-ready skills and give her send-off word to the group, here is the Microsoft Philippines Education Program Lead, Ms. Clarissa Segismundo. Hi, ma'am.
Hi. Thank you for that introduction. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes po.
Yes.
Okay. Magandang umaga or hapon sa ating mga teachers and non-teaching staff of DepEd. I know malapit na ang lunch. So, pwede ko bang malaman, kahit type niya lang dito sa chat box, ano ba ang lunch natin ngayon na isa-serve in a few minutes? I'm really curious. Kasi sa amin, ang lunch namin, can you guess? Anyway, I want to keep my message really short and crisp. And it's really for us to be able to share with you how we are connecting our Microsoft Ambassadors program to what we need today in the real world of work. We were asked a lot, no? Pag ginagamit ba natin tong Ambassadors program at tinitrain natin ang ating mga teachers, and we are encouraging everyone to apply to this program, how does this relate to our students today? And how are the contents that we are sharing with our ambassadors relevant to the industries today, especially that we've seen a massive change and shift in the work that's needed, in the competencies that are being required by employers from the applicants, lalo na ngayong pandemic, heightened sa lahat talaga. And in Microsoft, we feel that the industry will continue to evolve and the skills that companies would look for in applicants, hindi sa malalayo sa ICT skills na binibuild natin ngayon. Alright? Let me share with you first the top 10 skills that are in demand today based on the data that we gathered from LinkedIn. Okay, so these are, from the 10 most in-demand jobs on LinkedIn. Sabi nila, customer service specialist, data analyst, digital marketing specialist, financial analyst, graphic designer, IT support, IT admin, project manager, sales representative, and software developer. And if we look at the graduates of 2030, ang sinasabi nila 10 years from now, millions and millions of jobs will be ICT related and mag-shift na talaga from just basic reading, writing, and mathematical skills. Kailangan meron tayong certain level of proficiency pagdating sa paggamit ng ICT in what we do every day. So clearly, itong nakikita nating mga 10 most in-demand jobs that they're saying are available on LinkedIn, I can't really tell the difference which is technical and non-technical. In fact, halos lahat to kailangan talaga natin ng technical skills. But I can tell you 3 or maybe 4 out of these 10 skills are deeply technical. Right? Deeply technical. It means ang laki ng opportunities ngayon na meron sa ating mga grade school and K-12 graduates na pwede nilang, they can ramp up and they are given the opportunity to start with the basics through our ambassadors and through our teachers who are the actual facilitators of learning, right? So when you as an ambassador learn how to use basic productivity tools like Office, Office applications, and then Teams and other classroom tools that come with it, binibigyan natin ng pagkakataon ng bawat estudyante ng DepEd na maintindihan at ma-appreciate paano ko ba i-apply sa ginagawa ko araw-araw. We are giving them the opportunity to be interested and we are sparking their curiosity in STEM and computer science. So I want you to look beyond Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and nearly all these classroom tools. Ito ang foundation natin, okay? Now, next slide, please. When it comes to industry certification, you will notice the demand and preference for Microsoft skills and certification. So here's the data from the Philippines, which tells us that Microsoft plays the highest among all technology brands. These jobs are advertised by our suppliers, by our vendors, partners, and customers. Okay, next slide, please. This is the journey that I was referring to earlier on. When we, as ambassadors, when we learn, it's not all, right? At least, a few of these classroom tools at na-integrate natin siya sa pagtuturo natin, and we infect other teachers by teaching them how to properly use these tools for teaching and learning. We are actually paving the way for our students to be more employable. If you look at this student skills journey, and I'm not just saying student and actually teacher skills journey, the primary grades, primary education, we are introducing our students to computational thinking, computer science, and STEM, and giving them purpose to learning. Nandito pumapasok yung OneNote learning tools for the slow or non-readers. You have the available collaboration tools na ituturo rin naman sa ating mga ambassadors on how to use them. Minecraft in Education is there. Flipgrid, Our Code, and the other classroom tools and applications that are integrated in Teams. When we move to secondary education, that's when we develop productivity skills and grow their knowledge and competence in emerging technologies. At syempre, as they reach, the higher level, pag pumapasok na tayo sa grades 10 to 12, doon na natin tinuturo yung employable skills, which are, deep technical skilling, hands-on experience para mabigyan sila ng pagkakataon to be certified. If you were one of those attendees sa recent LinkedIn event that we did last June 1, this was in partnership with the Office of the Undersecretary for Administration, Office of Curriculum and Instruction, saka in partnership with YFD or our Youth Formation Division. We targeted grade 12 students initially, diba, by helping them on how to build their online profile and resume by using LinkedIn as a platform. That's the platform. But we've also introduced to them the different resources and online trainings via MS Learn and Microsoft Imagine Academy and LinkedIn Learning to show our grade 12 learners and even teachers that there are actually tons of online trainings na libre pala, self-paced, at pwede nating tulungan yung mga students to prepare for a certification. And why is certification the goal? Because that helps our students, that gives our students the advantage to be more employable and to be hireable. Tulad nga ng sinabi ng chair ng Employers Confederation of the Philippines, if the applicants can show whether they're a fresh grad, or they are young professionals, if the applicants can show validation of skills through a certification specifically on Microsoft 365 or Teams administration, it puts them on top of the hiring list ng HR nila, because that's really in demand. They're really looking for applicants who can show that certification. So, right? And so now, whether estudyante ka or young professional ka or may existing ka ng trabaho and you're looking to upskill and earn specific competencies, this is the platform that we are offering to DepEd. Questions like, pang estudyante lang ba yan? Of course not. Estudyante, they are the recipient of whatever we're doing today. But bilang teachers, bilang administrator, bilang school leaders, you are also given the chance to upskill, to earn your certification, and to showcase it in your social media so that, it gives everyone a fair chance to be at par with whatever is required by the industry today. Tayong mga teachers, tayong mga implementers neto, whatever we're teaching the students, it would be ideal for us to have a, flavor of it as well. Para kung tinuturo natin yung importance sa students, kailangan maramdaman din natin na kailangan alam natin yan. And that's what you are giving to, both DepEd teachers and students. Okay. Last slide, please. So our mission is to empower every person and organization on the planet to achieve more. Hindi lang kay Microsoft ang mission na to. In fact, bilang teacher, bilang Microsoft Education Ambassador, we are aligned. We are aligned in what we do every day. In Microsoft, when we design programs for capacity building, for student skilling, including inclusion, diversity, and accessibility in education, this stays at the core of it, to empower every person and organization on the planet to achieve more, to empower every teacher and every student in DepEd to achieve more. So bilang ambassador, I want you to know that you are not doing this alone. Microsoft are also not doing this alone. It takes massive collaboration and partnership for us to make that goal and make that dream into a reality. Ano sila, di ba? Ang mga estudyante natin ang makikinabang nito. We want more students to be given that chance to have an accessible and equitable education with technology and with these programs becoming our equalizer at kayo facilitators of learning. And more so, ang mga ambassadors yung conduit because you aren't just training your students directly. You are training your fellow teachers, and these fellow teachers will make an impact to millions and millions of students in the Philippines. That's actually, all of us becoming part of history and enabling our students to become, better citizens. And these better citizens will contribute to the Philippines and making us a better country in the future. So, maraming salamat in advance, for taking time to understand what this program is. I hope that you will find value in the presentations of our previous speakers, and you'll be able to align and augment how this adds value to what you do as teachers and as leaders in DepEd. I want to leave you with my favorite saying, which is very much aligned to our program and to what we do every day in our lives, which is we keep what we have by giving it away. It is only by sharing whatever benefits we've received from our work or gifts from friends, blessings and opportunities that we receive, when we acquire new skills, when we learn something new. And through the ambassadorship program, this becomes a reality because the more we give, the more we teach, the more we help, the more we receive. Thank you for that, and I wish you all a great weekend and good luck in your application.
Thank you so much, Miss Isang, for that very inspiring and heartwarming message. Totoo nga naman na ang bayanihan ay para tugon sa pangangailangan para sa kinabukasan. O, diba? So maraming salamat. And again, we would like to thank everyone. We would like to thank Department of Education for the support. We would like to thank Microsoft for providing us the tools. We would like to thank Lion Learning for the training that they provided this morning. We would like to thank all of you, everyone who is here in the call. That's it. We would like to thank you all from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, all over the Philippines. And we really appreciate your time for attending this session today.
As a reminder, this recorded session will be available via the same link you used to join this session.
And please don't forget to claim your certificates. Felice, I saw already a lot of people claimed their certificates through the education.microsoft.com. Okay, so please do claim your certificates for today. This concludes our session. Thank you, everyone. Again, this is Camille.
And this is Felice. We hope to see you in our future sessions. Stay safe. Stay home, stay healthy, everyone, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yes.